What's the saying? You can't fail if you never try. Hello. So my friend Dee, love her so much. She reached out to me and was like, hey, your videos are making me want to put on makeup again. And that's awesome because I started these for accountability for me, so that I could get better and I could actually focus on trying to do something so I would feel better. And now this video is going to be for her, and for anyone else that kind of feels like they want to reinvent themselves, they want to get back into actually taking time to care for themselves. Like she's a mom and her son just turned a year old, and I know that, you know, I've witnessed her. She struggles like a lot of moms with taking care of herself now that she has a child. So the fact that she wants to get back into it is super awesome. But she made a comment that she doesn't have the right products, and that's why I want to do this video, because you don't have to have specific products, you don't have to have certain tools. All you need are a few basics and an idea to go off of, because everyone does their own thing. No one has to do exactly what I do. I would prefer they wouldn't actually. It's not new, it's been out for a while. This foundation, I love the coverage of it and I love the look of it about 6 hours after I put it on. When I first put it on, it's a little too dry on my skin because I have fairly dry skin to start with. It's a little too dry, and I have to apply it a little bit differently. But that's something that I find a lot of people have issues with, is they come in and they buy the wrong foundation for their skin and the look that they want. It'll be the wrong color, it'll be the wrong consistency, it's not the right coverage for what they wanted, but you can still use it. You can still get into practice with using it. You just have to know some tricks. So I've already prepped my skin. I don't have primer because you don't actually have to have primer. It is nice to have, it is great to have, it does save you a lot of hassle, and you know, different primers are going to do different things, but you do not have to have one. Do not. Anyway, my friend mentioned that she had a brush but she didn't have a sponge. You don't have to have a sponge. I go back and forth. This is seriously just a super cheap Wet n Wild foundation brush. It is nothing expensive, like $3. That's all you need. I'm just gonna go in, just apply this everywhere. So she also mentioned that she doesn't have a concealer, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of this foundation and apply a little extra just in that corner. So I use my finger for this, just for this. I don't normally apply makeup with my finger. See, it just sits differently on the skin. It increases my dry areas. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You roll with the punches, guys. It's like life. It's gonna give you lemons, and you work with them. You do whatever you do with lemons. I don't know, everybody does something different. From the South, I guess I should say I'm gonna put it in my sweet tea, but I'll put one in my tea. Alright, I'm literally just going in with a little bit of powder. I know that makes no sense, right? Because I just told you about how dry my skin is and how like this foundation dries out my skin and intensifies it, but I've got to say hello. It's a learning curve. There's never an end to makeup. There's never an end to the creativity that comes from it. Nothing like that. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind. Alright, everybody's not going to have one of those. Probably a good thing. Look how bad that one is. I need to replace that. That's bad. That's bad. This is just a basic brown shade. It is nothing crazy, nothing insane. If you have like super dark hair, you can probably use a darker brown than what I'm using. You can use like a black if you need to. Just make sure that you don't go super heavy handed on it. Just something light, nothing crazy. You can tell I'm not like trying to shape it or anything. I'm literally just throwing some powder in there, guys. That's all I'm doing. When I apply makeup, I want to be me, but better. Okay? My husband's gonna kill me because I just got eyeshadow all over this table right now. Like, all over it. It's everywhere. This is just a brown that is slightly darker than my skin tone without being too warm. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm literally just going to put it right into that crease. So I look directly into the mirror and I put it right on the corner and I just blend it inwards. Okay. I know it looks crazy right now. It's going to look better, I promise.
Kick.
Go in, and this is considered a big no-no for a lot of people. I'm gonna go in with this one right here. Okay. And it is slightly shimmery. My phone won't focus on it, so I know you can't see it, but that's what I'm going in with. Most people will tell you don't go in with a shimmery on your crease. I am a little bit of a rule breaker, so that's what I do. But I like it. I'm not trying to hide my crease, so I don't care if it's a little shimmery. Okay. And honestly, for me, I feel like it helps to hide the dryness on my eyelids. So if I do just all matte shadows all the time, my eyes are so dry that it makes it look cakey and crusted. So y'all, this is why I don't use this eyeshadow palette. Like, there's literally eyeshadow everywhere. God.
Everybody shake it, baby. Everybody shake it, baby.
There's a lot of people that don't want to use a bronzer because they feel like it makes them look muddy or dirty. And there's a lot of people that don't use highlighter because they feel like it just gets everywhere, looks bad, you know, looks like a stripe. So if you don't have those, you can take just a shimmery shade out of your eyeshadow, a light shimmery shade, because just unless you buy an all matte palette, for the most part, you're going to have a basic shimmery shade. And just put it right there. You need a little bit. You can totally use that same eyeshadow that we used right there. I am not going to because I'm not trying to destroy that palette even more. A good rule of thumb is right here where your ear starts. Come straight out to the edge of your eye. See? Natural shade. So this is pretty much it. I'm just going to put on some mascara. I will always be a mascara girl. Like, just look at that. Beautiful. A pain. People are like, oh my gosh, I wish I had curly. No, you didn't. You don't wish you had the curly lashes. They're a curse. They're not a blessing. They're a curse. They really are. Okay. So, that's pretty much it, you guys. And kind of good timing too, because I need to go dry my hair.